Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's actually, well, you know a lot about video stuff, but it's very manual, the whole audio thing still.
I don't know why you do that. I don't know why that is a thing. Is that like, so when I'm editing, I can see where I'm at? No, like, what is it?
Well, because the audio tracks, there's 2 audio tracks on that camera, but not on that. So that one there is just going. So we've got to get those linked up.
So you just got to. That's how you link them up at this.
Because it does a little mountain.
I see. So it makes it really obvious.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
It is totally manual. Black coffee.
Black coffee. Thank you. It's actually really funny to hear that now because.
Fuck yeah.
Reset.
Sorry.
It's all right, bro.
By the way, we do no edits on this.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're professionals.
Yes, of course. It's actually really funny to hear you say that because I have 2 phones when I'm filming. And this is how you can tell I'm such a rookie. I'm just making it up as I go. But I am like trying to overlap. I'm relying on sound for both of them. So I have 2 microphones going into both. And I'm like, I could just silence that one, overlap it with this when I'm editing, and just use that originals. I know.
Bro, we just worked it out.
Dude, I'm such a rookie.
Bro, if you leave today with anything, it's that.
Yeah. Already learned something.
Yeah. So what do you actually edit your videos in?
CapCut.
Laptop.
No. Phone.
Because
I know it's so bad because it's always with me. That's it. Like there have been times where I've been like, all right, I'm on the plane and I don't want to get my iPad out or laptop, whatever. And then there's times when I was getting a tattoo. I got my first tattoo like not long ago, and I sat there for like, I was like, how long is this gonna take? It was like about like 2 hours, and I was like, oh sweet,
true,
easy.
Bro, I like to sit there and think of the pain, you know.
Yeah, you're so present.
Like,
you're better than most of us, Harry.
I like raw dog. I'm like, how long? Because I can't raw dog. Like I need to be doing something. I'm like, more because I want to. The tattoo guy's so cool, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to show him. I sit here like an old school fella. I'm a traditionalist. I'm a traditionalist.
No.
What did you get? Was it easy to?
We'll reveal that at the end of the video.
Oh, sick! Hang around, guys. Yeah? Hang around.
Never been seen before on camera. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah, cool. It's a QR code.
Yeah.
Download my course.
Learned 2 things already.
Maybe we could do that.
That is a great idea, Harry. I love that.
But I want to come back to this mobile editing of CapCut because good on you. I think people will be surprised how many people, like creators, content creators that pump it out, still do that. Like Sophie Negus, for example, she was doing something with Zoe or David, and I've converted Zoe to computer because we do it for clients and stuff. And Sophie was like, nah, I have to go back on the phone. I can't do this, you know. But because I'll when I'm editing, I'll kind of watch it through heaps of times. It's different to your stuff. It's more like the story. How's it all laying? And I'm like, actually, I want this whole section here. Yeah. And then so you can't do that on the phone.
Yeah. I understand that. Everyone has their sort of own different, you know, their way of doing these things. But for me, I am filming a video which is all in order. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily need to bring things back and forward. It's right there. I film it. Sometimes I edit as I go. A lot of the Sourdough videos, you know, like that stuff actually starts 9 a.m. Finishes at like sort of 4 o'clock, but it's not like I'm shooting the entire time. So maybe I'll have like 40 minutes of shooting. All right, I've got 3 hours until I need to film the next process. So I'll just be like, all right, let's just start editing, you know?
That is a full day, actually, true.
Bro, that's half of it. Then you have to wait and ferment it overnight. Honestly, it's a...
Really?
Yeah.
What happens when the lighting's different the next day? Oh, you've got lights.
I have lights, but dude, this is funny because, again, yesterday, it's a beautiful day today. You can't tell because we're filming inside. But yesterday, awful at about 2 o'clock. Prior to that, okay. You know, like white light, like a cloudy, that's all right. That just needs to brighten up my kitchen. Yeah. And I was filming and I got 2/3 of the way through and it just got so dark and I was like, all right, I guess that's on hold, which is why I was messing you guys around being like, hey, can we push back to 11 because, to 12 because I know the weather's looking great tomorrow morning. Like, I just want to get this done. So, yeah.
No, bro, to be honest, when people push things out now, it suits me because I'm always running an hour behind.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's going to marry up perfectly.
Yeah. Sign yourself onto too many things. Say, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. And then you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
So do you know with CapCut sometimes, because it holds all the images there, so your phone gets really full. Do you have to offload them or like delete them projects, or do you have a? So I found
on
we
CapCut.
had
On
I found
CapCut.
yeah I was like, it's like you're looking at the storage on your computer and it's like these apps are holding this much. CapCut like 140 gigs.
Oh,
like,
bro, like, yeah, once I get rid of a video, I put it on platforms and then I delete it.
True.
Yeah, maybe that's bad practice, but again, like, I'm a cowboy, like, I'm making it up.
No,
And then I can re-download it if I need to.
100%. No, you're not making it for clients as well, where they're like, oh, can you make this like subtle change?
Yeah.
And you're like, far out.
Yeah.
That's going to throw out the whole thing.
Exactly, yeah. Like, there was a trend, or there is that trend still, where it's like, it's that Akon song, and it's like, not it too long. And so, if you're looking for like that Holy Able one, and I was like, oh, I'll just quickly run through all of my like biggest videos and be like, download them again, and there you are. I can like edit
Trial
it.
reels.
Yeah.
Let's move into that actually.
Okay.
Are you doing trial reels?
Trial reels? No. No.
Have you
I'm
heard
not
of
doing
the the law? I actually don't know what that law means, by the way.
I think there's so much to look for. Like, there's so many details on social media, and I'm just like, I don't need another thing to complicate
That's true. Eh?
Limited space in here, yeah?
Yeah.
Limited space.
Yeah, RAM. Yeah, I mean, for me, the first, 8 years of doing marketing, it was all paid digital. So if your stuff wasn't that good, doesn't matter. Throw budget at it and you still get in front of people and, turn it into sales. Now, the last couple of years doing organic, that is by far the hardest thing in marketing ever.
Organic.
Oh,
content.
absolutely. That's why it's reserved for the few. Like, you have to be such a triple threat to be a decent, amazing, a top content creator. Like, film people who have been making ads and cinema and all of that for, years and years and years. They can't crack it.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess, because
something different. Yeah, they're so committed to like, they have anywhere between 5 minutes to 90 minutes, whatever, to tell a story or something, and that's what they used to. It's so funny, man. I noticed that working with brands actually.
Yeah, right.
And it's so consistent. The more the more I work with brands closer, they're all. You look at the pages, you look at their Instagram accounts, and essentially what a brand is trying to do, right, when they're collaborating with a creator is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's to get some like personality on the brand. It's to get exposure to their audience, but also like it's to help give some personality.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I've worked with brands and been like, all right, let's look through your account. And it's all just beautiful cinematic stuff. Beautiful. We love it. But I'm not stopping to scroll for that. Yeah. So that's, I think, why people struggle to crack into it, who have been creating most beautiful pieces of long form content. Can't crack into it because they don't understand that isn't necessarily what people are after. Yeah,
100%. And I don't think it's to say that stuff's gone. It's just shifted to, I'd say, YouTube. That's what it helps me to compartmentalize this stuff. So sometimes, you have that conversation, and especially with DPs and guys like David and stuff at the start, it was like, nah, we need a 6-second slow shot, And those guys all kind of, like David's, him and I have been working this stuff out. Like, he's really good on all the video and all that, but the social side, we're both trying to get up to play with it, But that's reserved for YouTube. Okay, cool, well, that's fine,
Yeah.
We now we talk to clients, we go, cool, so pretty much the aim is to always do a 10-minute YouTube and then cut that.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Two birds, one stone.
Yeah. Just sort of helps.
Well, that's something I'm wanting to get into. Hey, that's a goal of mine. Like, not crack short form, but have a decent understanding of short form. But I'm like, all right, I want to get into long form stuff,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then it actually just makes your short form. So then you've got two types?
It does, right? That's what people say. But we were just talking about how long form creators struggle to get into short form, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we're creating content that is designed specifically for long form, but trying to convert that into short form. Like, it might work, some of it might work, but I know probably for my ASMR styled sounder videos and things like that, quite hard, I think, not that I've done it, but I think it would be very hard to convert a 10-minute long YouTube video into ASMR.
100%. No, they're different.
Quick, yeah.
They're different. Yeah, those ones are like, your short, punchy, beautiful ones are like, get right out there, hold your attention. They're like crack for engagement. You know what I mean? They're fucking great. But then as you're going through your journey with your followers and your fans, your followers. No.
So silly, hey, to say that.
Like there's a retention thing that you kind of need to think about, and that is, hey, I love all these short forms, but I actually want to get to know this guy a lot deeper, and that's where those 10-minute episodes on YouTube.
Big time. That's partially the reason why I'm so desperate.
You'll hold them.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I have this, like, I generally am aware that most of the content that I produce is not necessarily about my personality or about me. It's more about the fact that I've just stumbled upon, like, oh, this ASMR thing works for me, and I'm doing silly videos that, engage people's attention, whatever. But I kind of do feel like, it's not that I think I'm super interesting or anything, but it's just like, I want to share more of me. I want to share more of my personality, like who I am as a person, what I like value in my life, and these sorts of things. Like we've got the most beautiful piece of land in far north New Zealand. I want to share that because that's like just that's like what people think New Zealand is. And I want to share that. I think it's an incredible place. I want to share my like developments at home. And I'm like, I've tried little bits of that in my content, and people are like, all right, it's okay, but we're not like really interested in it. This is why we like you. Give us what we want. So I'm looking at long form, and I'm like, that's an opportunity.
No, totally. It's two types of people. It's like, I think often when people are trying a different content type, they're like, okay, well, I have to convert everyone onto this. It's like, no. There's like the 10% at the tip or 2% that want this stuff, and it's a numbers game. And then it bulges up, and that's where you get all those people, but feed them down, The hardest part about it, and it's taken me 4 years to like work it out for ourselves, is you need people around you to pick up the camera and follow you. Like, it's a reality TV show. So when you are solo and you're doing 8-hour shoots prepping sourdough, cooking sourdough, it's a bit hard to do it realistically. Like, it's so tough. So you just need people here. Like, we were actually shooting out the other day to see a client in Matakana. And just as we were leaving, Kurt and James were like, oh, you're going to take your camera? I was like, yeah, true. Get the camera. This adds. So, we're just sort of banking clips. And you just hold it. I mean, vlogging is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
But what we have been doing for some of the other stuff is like writing story arcs and actually sticking to that, and it works.
Yeah.
So it's like we kind of like did a 7-step thing for us, but it's a hook, right? Then a bit of context, cool. And then you get into the actual thing, and it's you present a problem, then the problem gets worse. The problem is really bad, and especially towards the main person. Yeah. And then you solve the problem. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. And that's what every movie, every TV show, everything is ever based on. Every script. Yeah. And so, I spent a Saturday just sort of going into that, and now we've got a little template. We go, cool, Zoe, write the script. She does the script. And it's epic. It holds. So, it holds your attention. So now that you've mastered the ASMR or the cool thing, the video stuff, you work this in, it's just going to elevate your stuff.
That's the goal, hey. But like you say, all of the storyboarding, the planning, at the moment, it's generally, like there's planning involved in what I do, but it's not anywhere near to that level,
Right, it looks like it, though.
Well, like you just said before, even, you have to dedicate this time to your podcast and to get it up and off the ground. But you're not making any money from this right now. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it the same way, and we're like, I'm going to have to start going, shit, okay. Probably going to have to dedicate about 3 days when I first want to try to shoot something long form. Yeah. Obviously, I'll mess about first on with my phone and just film just to see how I come across on camera. But then once I want to actually film something, I'm going to need to go, all right, I know a bunch of videographers. Okay, which one am I going to get in? I'm going to obviously have to pay that person a few $1,000s.
That's why it's got to be the missus.
That's why it's got to be the missus.
It's hard.
All these sacrifices, hey?
No, I know, totally. I mean, I suppose, I pay our team, but it's not like... it doesn't feel like that sting because it's their weekly wage. Yeah. And it's not like a contractor's wage, which is, $1,000 day rates or whatever. So you got to find that balance, Like, I mean, because it's volume for that long form stuff. Yeah. But the funny thing is when it comes to writing, I'll flick you this template thing we've got, but when it comes to writing that stuff, it shocked me that it has to be about a problem. I looked at all the top YouTubers and I researched what the whole top videos are and what the thing is, and I didn't realize they're all about problems. Problem gets worse, problem really bad, climax, solve the problem.
What style of content is this though? Sorry,
YouTube.
No, but what are these creators? What's their niche?
Oh, like
know?
kind of generally all of them.
Generally all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I'm
Unless
trying to
it's
apply
like
that to like food, right? Like a cooking show.
a cooking show.
Yeah,
right?
like is that
Yeah. So Gordon Ramsay goes in. Context, we meet
Oh
the people.
yeah, okay, yeah,
da-da-da.
that's entertainment though. You know? I'm talking about like someone in front of in their kitchen, in front of their kitchen bench, stoves behind them, and they're cooking. Like, is there no? You're sort of taking someone on a journey.
That's sort of a demo.
Yeah.
It would be that story would be, okay, I'm going out to get the ingredients. I'm going to the fish shop. Fuck.
Yeah.
They don't have kingfish,
Yes,
and it relies
yeah,
on kingfish.
yeah.
You're like, oh no, and then so you shoot across town, and then you find out that actually the watercress you needed is
I hear you,
off.
bro. I hear you, yeah.
So the easiest way to do those is add places.
Yeah.
I think anyway, because it's journey.
Yeah.
You know, just take us around town, because one of the first video jobs we did was for a company that puts in electric car chargers. I was like, oh god, how do we make this interesting? You know. So I was like, we'll put them in the back seat of a car, because that always feels like you're going somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and we recorded the whole interview there, and then laid B-roll on top. And you know, I think we charged them $2,000, and it was effective.
Yeah. Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
It felt like we were going somewhere.
That's really funny actually. Just going back to you mentioning, you know, I'm going to the market. Oh, they don't have the kingfish. Okay, I'm going to do this. The problem solving, all that sort of stuff. Like you're taking people on a journey. That's really fun to hear you say that actually, because one of the ideas for long form, besides just sharing my recipes, which you know I do want to do, I want to film. Like I filmed Day in the Life's short form, 60 seconds, 90 seconds roughly, like boom, boom, boom. Just all the highlights. How amazing is the house I'm in? How amazing is the food that I'm doing? Just trying to keep your attention.
Yeah.
But with the long form stuff, I've been thinking, like I even chatted to a friend a week or two ago about him following along with a camera for those day in the lives, and only for the really exciting ones, the ones where I drive a few hours down south, and I don't know where. I got to like find new markets and things like that, or the ones when we're going to beautiful destinations, Waiheke. You know, like all right, let's film all that. Like as we're on the ferry, turning up to this like beautiful destination for like a 40-person wedding or something. You know, and just filming all that because it's behind the scenes of it all. Like, and I think that should be able to convert from short form to long form to like this is if you want to see like what really goes into this 90 seconds. Like look at this.
Yeah,
it's
no.
This.
I actually had a question down there. I'm just going to chuck that mic on the outside of you as well.
Go
on. You're a very enthusiastic mover, and I'm just like, God forbid. This is going to be in the thing. That's and right. I'm all about it because that's the behind the scenes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Okay, sorry, bro.
That's good.
I feel like that's just on there. Sorry about the noise, everyone. Sick.
Bosh.
Sorry. I was like, God forbid. Perfection. Like, you've nailed the perfection, right? And as a cook, it has to be perfection, right? But when you go into this long form stuff, one thing, just giving away trade secrets here. No, I do this with everything, but you've got to lose face. You know, strategically lose face. Like, don't try to be like perfect all the time. I quite like showing myself fucking up, or not knowing stuff, and even in general social situations. I think maybe it's a Kiwi thing. Just like, hey, sorry, I'm not trying to be above you. I'm on your level. You know, but also I think it's really clutch for your audience to bond with you a little bit more as you strategically lose face.
You know? Authenticity, man. That's what people are craving, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, not saying like I'm going to walk into a door by mistake, but on purpose. But
oh, dude, there are so many problems that I face when it comes to like a day in the life where I'm cooking for people. You know, the amount of times I've been like, fuck, I forgot this, or holy shit, also, we have to cook for this many people on these little burners. You guys didn't say we only have these little burners. I thought you said you had a whole kitchen. All that sort of stuff. Oh, by the way, the extractor fan doesn't really work here, so I'm very sorry. You're going to have to go. And you're like... So there's constant problems you're facing, you know? Sometimes it's like the coolest clients ever, and they're like, come jump in the pool, and you're like, hell yeah. There's so much fun to like share, you know? So
actually, well, so your private chefing, that's got an element of it where there's going to be 50 variables that are different every time. The temperature of the oven, the way it cooks, it's hotter in the back. I used to work in a pizza restaurant. This stone is hotter than this stone. You know? But I know you go with your Tupperware and your containers and it's all prepped and everything. But there must be so many factors. Actually, I have a question on that. So you know the rule of thumb, they say with video production, I think it's for every hour filming, it's 2 hours editing. I'd say now, with the amount of layers for social, it's 1 hour filming is 3 hours editing.
Wow, okay,
for sure. What is it for you? Because we don't see all the prep when you rock up to these beautiful places. For how many hours of private chefing, how many hours is prepping?
Yeah, bro. That's another element that I want to show with that behind the scenes longer form content. Because yes, I work so hard in the lead up to the event. You know, if I have someone with me cooking, usually I have an assistant, especially over summertime. Thank you. Yes, when all the jobs are on, when all the big jobs are on, and it's back to back to back.
Yeah.
There will be all the hard work is the prep. You know, it's like at this point now, I have someone usually who shops for me. The assistant brings everything back, and we will be prepping. If we're doing a 40-person event on Waiheke, we are prepping for the entire day beforehand. You know, like it's okay because my kitchen is where we prep a lot of food. In my kitchen, we'll be there for 10 hours or so, and prep all the way through. All right, because there's some things you have to do the day before. There's these different variables, right? If it's going to Waiheke, I am doing a lunch usually on Waiheke, so it's all right. The lunch kicks off at 1 o'clock. That means I probably need to get the 10 a.m. ferry at the latest. Arrive at 11.
Whoa,
you know what I mean? Like,
that feels like you're pushing it.
All that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? So, and then it's up early. If that's the case, all right, that means there's some things I have to do on the day. Sweet, up at 5:30 or 6 and just like get into the prep, you know? So I would say there's 3 to 4 hours on site generally, depending on what sort of event it is. Let's say it's the 40 person. 4 hours or so, 4.5, maybe 5 hours on site. And then what goes into that is probably, 3 times.
Well, you got at least that 10-hour day cooking. But then probably a shopping day the day before.
There's the admin in terms
and
of
the administration and timing.
Which I usually disregard, but that is work. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it is. No, totally. I mean, that's whole prep of it. I popped into my head and I was like, yeah, true, there must be so much that goes into that. Do you find, so timing is like the thing with cooking, right? Like, okay, this is going to come out with this. And I worked at this place in Wellington called Offbeat Originals, and it was like that, like we did burgers and shit. It was real like artsy down Cuba Street. But that's when I realised this whole timing thing. I was like, I was so crap at the start and I got better. And then
it's a thrill when you get better though.
Right? You're like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Especially if there's a team.
If
there's a team and you're all like just working together, all the cogs are turning.
It's like you're going to the fridge and you're like, did you want that mushroom that you were just about to cook? You're like, yeah, I did actually, thank you, you know?
All that sort of stuff.
So cool. Do you find that that trickles into other aspects of your life?
Do I find
that timing thing, like being obsessed and being so good at timing, kind of trickles into other aspects of your life? Because I'll say, for example, for me it did, and I've only just discovered now slow cooking. You know, and just going, you don't need to bout through this meal. Listen to a podcast, this one, and fucking just enjoy it. Therapeutically. But is it hard for you to cook slow?
No, I wouldn't say so. No.
So you don't have to like do a switch. You can kind of just, I don't know.
No. I don't think about it like that. And honestly, to be perfectly honest, like a lot of emphasis on timing in terms of being ready when it comes to serving the food. But that's probably like the only part of my life that I'm really like stringent on. Okay. Because a lot of the time, it's like what we said before, bro. Like you let yourself in for so much, and you're like, oh god, am I that guy who's always running 15 minutes late? You know what I mean? Am I that guy who's being like, hey, can we push back another hour, guys? I'm so sorry. You know? So
that's me.
I'm not. I don't find it necessarily pours into other areas of my life.
I
was on time for this. Yeah,
you were. Yeah, I'm getting better at it, but the optimistic time setter. Like I could do like 5 things in the next 15 minutes. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah, bro.
I've noticed how fucks run off in my life.
Yeah, big time, because other people are trying to work around you as well. Like my girlfriend, she is constantly like, she's been so helpful in terms of trying to get me like more organized. Like, can you shoot these 2 pieces of content on Monday? And I'm like, yeah, totally can. Are you kidding? Yeah.
If everything goes perfectly.
Yeah, if I don't open my computer and get like 4 emails from my agency being like, hey, can you do this? Oh, we need you to edit this concept. Oh, we need you to edit this actual piece of content. So
You're like, I've deleted it.
yeah.
Oh, that one. I'm going to have to re-download it.
Yeah.
No. Bro. Okay, I had 3 questions. Damn. Did we do this yet? No.
3 questions, that's it.
Yeah. No. I had some quick fire cues.
Okay, let's go.
Which I haven't done before, but hey, iterative. What are your 3 favourite chef movies?
Okay. I'm not going to say Ratatouille. Never seen it. It's not for me. Hey, is that one of yours?
I'm not going to say.
Okay, the one that immediately came to mind, Jon Favreau's Chef. Yeah, you know the one.
Same.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it makes me cry.
Making the Cubanos like in the food truck with is it his son?
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. I think that's brilliant. You know,
Yeah.
it was so like telling the beautiful story of food in it. And isn't he a chef who comes from like such a big fine dining background, and then he just starts making the food that he really loves? And you're like, I love that, man.
Yeah. Also, he's distanced from his son, and that brings them together.
Yeah.
My favorite. So that's one of mine as
Yeah.
well. Favorite moment is when the kid goes to send out a burnt meal,
And he's like,
and
no.
he's like, whoa, shut the door,
Yeah.
come outside.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, that's a huge thing because I'm in the service industry as well, right? And there comes a moment where everyone in the service industry has to have that moment where you go, I've decided to never send anything half-ass. And that was today, you know, and so I had that maybe, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, probably doing coffee.
Yeah.
And it sticks, you know, but that moment, you might have had a moment like that
It
too.
needs to be, it's not just like a little slap on the wrist. It kind of needs to be, and obviously it's appropriate to different ages and everything like that. But like it needs to be solid discipline, you know? Like that's why I'm grateful for the few years that I did spend working in kitchens.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times you do mess up, and if you have someone who's just like on your side and all right, let's get on with it, cool, like that's great for the camaraderie and everything, but you do need to be told within the first few times, you know, like you need to get a proper slap on the face, and it's like get on with things, you know, like pull your head out of your ass and let's go. So that sticks with you, absolutely, and it's nice that that's like a moment that you get from that film.
100%.
I can see that as well. It burned into my mind. I haven't seen that film in probably like 6-7 years.
No,
So
I gotta
that's
get
in
tissue.
there,
I gotta get a box of tissues. I cry.
Yeah.
I cry in movies, bro. Like, real life. Lotto ads and like those. Sort
Lotto
of movies.
ads.
Oh, bro, like
Hell yeah, the one where they move the house.
Yeah. Oh. I call bluff on that one. Who's moving a house that quick?
As a surprise as well.
Andy Ellis has come in there and gone, all right, guys, we're moving this house. Okay, that's one. Number 2.
This one, probably not as big an impact, but I did love Bradley Cooper in Burnt because it kind of does like go into that like really harsh side of it.
Yeah.
And I never found myself in a kitchen that was that intense, you know what I mean? Or working under someone that stringent. So I just was like, man, that's real. That's what some people go through. And it's kind of like, there are 2 types of chef, right? I feel like there are the ones that are just like, they love just the hard work. They love that going through the shit all together, and it's a beautiful thing. But I'm just a creative person that stumbled upon food as a way to like express their creativity.
Yeah.
Not like, I want to be in the trenches with you guys every single day. That sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be militarized. But you know, they could have gone in the army though if that's the buzz they wanted, but they took another hierarchical thing in cooking. Right?
Yeah.
But do you know what? I love the hierarchy.
Yeah.
You know, David was explaining to me, because I'm just faking it with the whole video side of shit, you know, and he was like, oh, you know, there's a clear hierarchy on set. You have a director and you have the assistant directors and da-da-da.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go,
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's kitchen.
Yeah.
And so you get this flat level, like, you know, in corporate and tech, and it's like everyone's equal, and it's like, man, it does my head in because you don't get anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and I know this is weird, but Genghis Khan's book, right? You know, he could take 10 people and take over 100, but it's that sort of thing there. Like everyone knows your role.
Yeah.
Happy with your role.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. There's
You
lessons
know?
to be learned from people like that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I'm not like, I'm totally not like a boss, and I probably need to be a bit
You don't
more
come
like
across as that.
No. But I do, I love working in a team where you know your roles,
Yeah.
right? So even if it's a rugby team, you're all in that starting lineup, but you've got different roles.
Yeah.
Coming into a marketing agency, actually the good marketing agencies, like the big ones, I've never really worked at a big one. I think they're like that. But tech is this whole, you know, they removed the word like manager and swapped it with lead. So, you know, and shit like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're just virtue signaling.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no, I hear you, bro.
So full of shit.
It's funny because I've just never been in that environment, you know, so I don't know. But I can see it, yeah.
Yeah, come on, like, let's stop trying to tell everyone else we're like jostling for social position and like, I'm better, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll move on. Moving on. That was your second movie,
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper, also Skux.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Third movie.
Third movie, more recent, inside the last couple of years, I think. It is The Menu.
Oh, I haven't seen it, and you didn't say three. I said, apart from the chef. So yeah.
I think it's on Netflix. Yeah. It's great. It's such fun. Because it's dark, you know, it's twisted in the direction it's heading.
Yeah, who's in it? I remember when it came out, and I was like, oh, I should go see that.
I'm so bad with actors. Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit of spaghetti and bolognese. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So wait, what was your third? Or what was your second?
So my
and third?
first one is chef.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
As in first place, as in like, yeah?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, yeah.
I've actually missed one off, and then maybe we can shake hands on it being our fourth equal. And I think we've both missed this one.
Okay.
So chef, and then the second one is Boiling Point.
Have I seen Boiling Point?
Right, I reckon every chef would hate it because it's one take, and it's like an hour and a half long, and it's
cool.
this chef. It's the guy from Adolescence, Graham.
Yeah,
Graham.
I've seen the ads for it, yeah.
It's
yeah,
amazing.
I'd like to watch that. I'd like to watch
it's so stressful. He's an alcoholic, and he's going through
It's
a
one
divorce.
take, same way as Adolescence, cool.
And he's like putting out vodka into his cup.
yeah.
I've worked for a bunch of alcoholic chefs,
yeah.
and you know everyone has. And
Everyone
it's
has.
a high stress job, and
Yes.
you know. And anyway, oh my god, it's like heart flutters. But that actually set the foundation for Adolescence. So that was the proof of concept you could do a one take
Yeah,
thing. That's two. And the third one, I was going to say Ratatouille. Ratatouille. But
I'm sure it's really good.
do you know what?
I just never gave it a chance.
So I
that's all.
suppose I said movies, which probably this is why we didn't think of this one. But The Bear.
You know what?
Oh,
I watched. I don't know if I completed the first season or not, and I was just like,
Oh, not good enough.
no, not good enough. Not like, oh, I know better. None of that. Just like, I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. I found myself being like, check my phone. This is not holding my attention.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Which, you know, everyone says they have the favourites, and sometimes you don't like them.
Yeah. Nah. I think some go give it another nudge.
Yeah,
I had that with like Sopranos or something. I was like, oh, I can't get into it. It was just I wasn't in the right headspace. And then I went back and I was like, this is brilliant.
Yeah, I did that with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I started like 6 years late, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Having tried to watch it.
Yeah. No, The Bear is great, but the last season I didn't really like. Okay, brilliant. Okay, well, tell me about your early life. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to high school? What were you into as a kid, and siblings, parents, all that jazz?
Okay, start from the scratch. Born in the UK.
Oh.
Yeah, countryside, middle of nowhere. And dad's Kiwi, mum's English. So lived there until I was 6 or so. Like countryside, border of Wales. So surrounded by greenery the whole time. And, you know, chickens in the garden, stuff like that. Moved over to New Zealand when I was 6 or 7, I believe. And that was because dad wanted to move back home. And we moved from the UK to Great Barrier Island.
Oh, wow.
So ridiculous, right?
Yeah, he really had something. He was trying to...
Yeah, if any of you guys know
Get an
where
itch.
Great Barrier Island is, like if you're in Auckland or in Kiwi, you know, it's like an hour by a small plane that fits like 8 people from Auckland. Went to a school of like 40 kids from year 1 to year 8, which was quite a funny experience. No shoes on the feet for like...
What's the cultural mix there? Because it's like a big EB.
Yeah. I mean, dude, anyone and everyone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't see many foreigners. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of Māori, a lot of Pakeha, like, yeah. But everyone, bare feet, I remember that so clearly.
Yeah,
it's so
cool.
funny. Spent a few years, I think, 2-3 years on Barrier.
Dad got his fix.
Yeah, and was like, all right, back to the city.
Yeah.
Moved to Auckland for mum and dad's work, and went to Pana Primary.
Which one?
Parnell Primary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my niece is there now, which is so funny.
Oh,
She just started her first year, I was in the assembly room the other day to see her get
I hope
an
you help
award.
bring out the chairs as big, strong boys to
Yeah,
take
and I
down
was
the
like-
chairs to the hall.
I was like, wow, man, it's so funny to be here. Literally, I think 20 years on,
Epic.
Then what happened? Then we went 4 years Parnell Primary, then went to King's College, cut all my hair off. I had hair down to here.
Oh, yeah.
From Barrier and from Parnell Primary. King's College border. Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
But you boarded just across the road, or what?
Yeah, I mean, been in the city centre most of my life, but my mum and dad wanted me to have the boarding experience.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, which was a very good experience.
Yeah, was it? Talk
yeah.
to me about that, because that's foreign to me.
Really interesting, man. Like you have the highs and you have the lows of it, Like you're living on site with your friends the whole time.
Which is pretty
Which is
sick.
a lot, as long as you get along with everyone.
Right.
And I had some great friends and I had some enemies, Like,
Right.
good to have. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I did 4 years, and then in my last year of school, because I knew I was friends with a lot of kids that were older than me, and so in my last year of school, I was like, you know what, I'm not getting along with everyone in my dorm, I might just go and be a day boy. And I'm very lucky I did that, because that's when I started watching Jamie Oliver after school, and that's what got me into food. Yeah.
Yeah, you also could have burned the school down. That's an option. True, okay, sweet. Yeah, I mean, bro, I lived in a 4-bedroom flat in France, 2-tour room, and it was
Where in
all
France?
over. We'll get to that actually. When we'll bring up France.
That's cool.
I didn't know you either. Yeah, anyway.
After you asked ChatGPT about my history,
Yeah, boy. And then...
I forgot to say that I was born in the UK.
no, I didn't pick that up, bro.
Okay.
So
See,
I'll
doesn't know everything.
I'll transcribe this and put it up so it knows.
Yeah.
So high school and then university, you started a design degree, but we're working part-time, and tell me about that.
I didn't know what to do when I left school, or as I was in my last year of school. Incredibly dyslexic.
True.
Incredibly thick when it came to everything besides art. And even that, it was just like, look, dad's an architect, mum's interiors, sister's a photographer, writer, actor, like creatives, you know what I mean? And so every class that I did, like, I remember there was this one math teacher who was like, you know how you have like 2 or 3 teachers from your school time where you're like, God, that guy or that girl, that woman was just the best teacher ever.
Yeah.
They're the reason they got me through. So I always had one amazing math teacher who was the reason why I got to drop math in my final year and just focus on art. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm a design guy, like trying to figure yourself out. And that wasn't it for me, but nonetheless, schools pride themselves on university entrance. Heck, go here, go to. You're not smart enough to be a lawyer. Don't try that. Just go and do a design degree. And I remember going like, great, if it's for you, great, go and do that design degree. But for me, I was just being ushered there. Went down to Massey in Wellington to do it. Oh yeah. Was there for 6 months.
How old are you?
Just turned 30.
Oh yeah, so you would have been at the same. I wasn't at Massey, but I was at Vic.
Yeah.
All my mates went to.
Yeah, exactly. And
Be
all your
Jeffries.
mates are going down with you as well, or all that sort of stuff. I liked Wellington, but the uni was, for me, again, like, I don't have ADHD or anything to my knowledge, but I struggled to, like, I don't learn in a classroom. I have to be doing something with my hands, And it was more of the same, and I felt so uninspired. I remember I was like, and first year at university is very broad, Like, it's trying to capture your attention, and that works.
Yeah.
Like, what
pretty
is this
surfacey.
person interested in these little chess pieces, or are they interested in the textures on the floor? Are they interested in the colours of the sky? Like, all this sort of stuff. And I was just like doing these different classes, and I remember thinking, this is all such bollocks. Such bollocks for me. Might be great for the person next to me, not for me. And then got a part-time job on my semester break when I came back up to Auckland in the kitchen, because my mum was like, Herc, you have to go and get a job while you're here.
I was that over summer or mid-semester?
Mid-semester,
Oh,
this time of year.
Which is like 3 months or something.
Middle of winter, middle of winter, just like for 3 weeks, go and get a job.
Yeah.
Did that job for in the kitchen for 2 weeks, and after that I was like, I'm not going back to university.
What did that feel like? It must have been like breathing fresh air again.
Kind of, yeah, because you go from, there was something wasn't right with me, like, and I'm lucky that I discovered that as a 19-year-old.
Oh, it's cool, bro.
Yeah, but it wasn't without being like, You know, you can run along, you can go with the run of the mill, and you can feel like, sweet, whatever, you know, I'm floating through life, going through this direction. But it was lucky that I had my mum at that time to be like, if you want to do something, like, get off your ass and go and, you know.
You probably had an attitude, and your mum was like, "What the hell's up with you?"
Yeah.
Mums are so good at picking up on stuff.
Yeah. So very grateful for that period, because that meant that I was like, all right, I have to go and be active. And I went from university where I was probably studying for like 3 hours a day, probably drinking for like 3 nights a week, maybe, doing nothing, so uninspired. And then, went into a kitchen where I started at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, worked for 10 to 12 hours a day, and was like, actually, this is fulfilling me. Like, this is way better. So very lucky that I went from floating to like, no, here's some like, you know, here's a strict sort of schedule.
I feel like, I wonder if it's changed now, but there certainly wasn't an encouragement to leave school and do a trade or something that wasn't academic.
Yeah.
You know, like I happened to do it and I enjoyed it. I've always liked marketing and I studied it. Cool. But I feel stink for mates who weren't probably on the uni path, and that's sweet. And then kind of were like figuring it out until they're about 26 and then started building. You know, and it's like, damn, I wish in 5th form, 6th form, they're like, you, mate, you're going to be a fantastic builder. Let's get you into that.
Don't worry. Clearly don't work in this classroom and trying to do math or trying to do this.
No, 100%. Get out. Go do fun shit. Like, you know, and certainly at my school, I think as our generation, there was this whole university push. Like, you know, at our parents' age, totally the opposite.
Yeah.
No one went to uni.
Yeah.
You know, my dad went to uni when he was like 35.
Yeah. Same.
Mum went when she was like 45 just to do a language.
My dad wasn't smart enough to get into, for his grades, to get into architecture school immediately after school. He always wanted to be an architect. So once he got past the age where you had to have your certain marks, he was like, oh, I can go and study to be an architect now.
That's right, they do that. Yeah. Brilliant. Sweet. So then, okay, that's the start of the hospitality journey.
Yes.
Little on Friday, working in the kitchen. Take me through the next phases of that.
Yeah. I mean, as well, as I've mentioned my mum pushing me to do that, but I owe a lot to Kim Evans, who was willing enough to be like, yeah, I'll give this little kid a fucking go to work in my kitchen, who has no experience, who's just like, hey, I want to help out, how can I help out? You know? So very grateful to her. She, like, I don't know what I'd be doing now if I wasn't involved in the kitchen. Did that.
Also, Little on Friday, they were cutting edge when they first launched as well. Like, I used to come up to Auckland, and there was the one, I think it was in Ponsonby, but I didn't really know where I was at the time. I remember they had those big steel drums painted white with the plants on the inside. Big white plants.
Newmarket one.
Newmarket, was it? Yeah, God, I didn't know my way around at that time. I remember being like, this. Wellington doesn't have this yet. This is pretty cool.
She was, honestly, incredible. Such a hard-working woman as well, my God. So what, after that, did that for a year or two, wanted to have an overseas experience, went and did some work in France, which was so incredibly random, and another one of those amazing experiences where I think I was like 20, 21 maybe, and I said to Dad, I want to go see a different culture, I want to go and try something different. And Dad was like, oh, I used to work in a vineyard in that 10-year period before he got into architecture school. He was like, oh, I went and worked in a vineyard because he was working in the hotel industry in the UK, and they sent him over for a stage, whatever, in France. And he he formed a good friendship with the son of the vineyard Chateau de Pibano, which was the most beautiful place in the south of France, Bandol, sort of halfway between Marseille, Toulon, like up on a hill, just like stunning. And he was like, I can get in contact with Eric and see if we can send you over
literally
there.
giving me goosebumps, bro.
Yeah, and literally got just the most amazing response, being like, yeah, come over, we need you for the vendange, where the harvest period. There's loads of work to be done in the cellar, extra hand, we need extra muscle to be unloading all the grapes and everything. I was like, get me over there. And just formed a fantastic relationship with them, because that was my first experience of, all right, I've been working in kitchens for a couple of years, learning. And not like learning crazy things, like not working under like incredibly like talented chefs and things like that, doing like incredibly intricate food, but just learning, like forming a love of food. And so getting there was an amazing moment for me in my career, because it was, oh wow, now I'm getting to really express creativity. Prior to that, it was, I'm doing other people's food and I'm learning and I'm loving that. Understanding how things work.
Core skills.
Timing, or core skills, exactly. Then it was, all right, you're in the south of France, which if you think about it, dude, like on top of the Mediterranean, access to all of Europe, Northern Africa, Middle East, all of that in terms of like fresh produce. There was this the most incredible stuff.
What do they call that circle? Like this, that Mediterranean circle, and that style of eating.
It was amazing, bro. I remember the most incredible dates coming from the Middle East. Not like I love a dried date, but these were like plump dates, like big old fatties,
enormous,
like nuggies, and then you'd just
like oysters.
Bro, and you'd like eat them almost like an apple, you know?
Wow.
And it was so sweet. And you were like, I can't eat anything else out of that. The peaches.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
I just realised, is a date something but dried? It's not a plum, or is it?
No, that's a prune.
Oh.
Prunes are good as well.
Not many people know that a raisin is grape, eh? Wait, so what's a date?
A date is a date.
Oh, is it? Okay.
A date is a date.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, unless there's something I don't know about.
Did you learn the language?
Un peu. Ouais. Parce que là-bas, tout le monde parlait anglais.
Ah, ok, avec toi.
Ouais.
Like, comme tu parles en français et tu pratiques ton français.
Un peu, mais aussi parce que...
Ils répondent en anglais. Ah, putain.
Yeah, all the dirty one. Putain. Yeah, but it's because, you know, and I was young as well and I wasn't maybe necessarily like confident. I remember, so I actually went back for 3 years every summer prior to COVID, which was beautiful, like forming that friendship, like with all the locals there, like the team. It was so nice to be a part of a team. But by the third year, they were like, oh, you're kind of getting quite good at French.
Oh,
now.
good.
You're like really starting to learn. And I was like, I came as like a timid sort of 20-year-old.
Oh, it's
and
time.
I was like, I'm 23, maybe 24 now. Like I'm learning a bit more.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's just time. If you're only there for 3 months, and it won't fully reset, but you need like 9 months straight to get.
And you know how you don't see the value in certain things at certain ages?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it was me getting to a certain point of maturity where I was like, actually, like, who am I coming to this culture and not trying to embrace it? You know, like...
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool that you had that experience. I lived in the north of France, Nord-Pas-de-Calais, which most people were like, oh, why are you up there? But it was beautiful, like, cool little village. I was playing rugby.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
After high school. And, it was epic. Like, but our rugby season's during winter. So we got there in September. And I came back in March to have my child, Amelie.
Yeah.
And so I only got to experience France in the winter, and I haven't been back.
Wow.
Which is
dude. Oh. Yeah, and even by September, like in the south of France still, that's stunning, but north of France probably a bit cold by then.
Yeah, no, it was pretty hot in September, but it pretty quickly got cold.
Yeah.
Like we were training on a little bit of snow around. That means that the terrain, the ground, is rock hard.
Yeah.
Like you getting tackled on that is like playing like on concrete.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah,
awful.
we would be all like, I'd be 2 layers of trackies.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty epic, but you get pretty ripped up. But so I still haven't been to the south of France. I've been to Toulouse and that's about it, and the Alps. My brother was in the Alps in Chamonix snowboarding at the time. So I went and visited him. He's like 6 years older, so he's my big brother showing me the ropes. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
we've seen different
got to get
sides
back.
of it. I want to see that side of it.
I want to see your side. I want to go work in a vineyard and just,
It's the coolest experience, man. Like, and that's the beauty, I guess, of potentially, we're in similar positions in terms of what we do. But especially for me as a private chef and as a content creator, I'm not like tied to anything.
No, you got pretty.
So there's amazing freedom there to go and experience those different cultures and things like that, different environments.
What would be tying you down? Is it like, hey, I've got this job with Fisher and Paykel, and you need to be in the country on this day? You're like, oh, it's going to Tahiti.
I mean, the work is inconsistent, you know? Like, I might have someone say, oh, Herc, can you do something for me in 3 months' time? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I might have someone come along and be like, hey, Herc, can you do something on that same date? But it's like 4 times the price, 4 times the income, all that sort of stuff. But basically, I'm just trying to get to a point where I can have a more financial freedom, you know? Not having to rely on other people. I don't want to have to be cooking the whole time or working for brands the whole time for my income.
Yeah. I think
I have a mortgage.
Oh, do you?
So that's
do you know that's a French word? more engaged. So it's something about death.
Yeah. Till death or something, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I think what you'll find, if you get into this long form YouTube, you'll be able to increase your rate by 30% on the cooking, on the private chefing.
Yeah.
Because there's a stat. People with strong brands can charge 20% more. But I think if you've got a super strong brand, it's 50% more, 100% more.
Big
You
time.
know?
That's what I've even noticed with short form, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a point now where because I have a following on social media, I can be like, hey, I'm worth more, but people want you more. People see the stuff. It's not just about, oh, it looks like Herc makes nice food. It's like, oh no, Herc brings a certain vibe, you know?
Oh, it's full package.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to share, so I share that with social media, but if I can share more in depth.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine a brand.
Oh, I feel connected to you.
Yeah. Or a brand might see and go, wow, we have to have Hercules come and do this. You know, the amount of times I've been at events, it's so interesting to be on the other side, be a consumer, especially now I'm in like the social media side where I get invited to things as a creator or as an influencer, whatever. I hate that word.
What, like the the whatever things.
Well, no, like, you know, I go to an event with a brand and they put on a big lunch and it's instead of me being the one who's cooking,
you're just a guest.
I'm a guest and I'm like, this is so interesting. It's like, I look at it like business research.
Tiny dates.
Nah. Do you know the biggest one is? Because I'm not a prude when it comes to food. Like, I love food.
I'm like that with coffee.
Yeah,
I've spent so many years making coffee.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap. I love New Zealand coffee.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm so intrigued by, and this is what I start to learn, is when I see a chef come out, and at these events, you know, the chef has to come out and present the food and everything. If they start to stutter through it and everything, I just engage and I go, oh, you are losing my engagement here. Like, you know, like I'm not listening so much, and you're not being able to tell the story so well. And I look at that, I'm like, that's something I've made a big effort to improve upon, you know? Because people want the package, you know? You can sell them something better.
Totally. The same thing goes with a lot of things, but one that comes up in convos with me a lot is musicians. And you get the musicians that are like, oh, I just want to play the music, man, and like, shouldn't that be good enough? I'm like, fine, that is totally fine, but you'll never be famous. Because the famous people are the triple threats. You have to do all three. You know, music has to be good. Your image, your stage presence, and how you look. Right? So those two are kind of different. Energy and styling. Right? And if you can do all three, you're fucking on. And that's why you've risen so
put it
well.
on social media. If you just put it on social media, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. Like, I look at, like, I have different friends in music and different creative industries, and like, you look at Balu Brigada.
Oh yeah, I love those guys.
But like, I've only met them once through another great friend of mine. But he wants to create more content as he's making his own music and things like that. But I'm like, I'm sure it's more than this, because this is what an overnight success is, where something blows up and that shoots you into superstardom. But just one little, like, putting that little bit of content out there. So, you know, they did that one where Pierre was doing like did I just write the best bass line ever? Or for next year or something, and people like engaged, and that blew them up. But they had the backup. It wasn't just like, oh, we're one-hit wonders now. Or,
no.
You know, they had the backup and they're going.
No, they've been grinding for years.
Yeah, but a big part of that is just like putting yourself on social media. Do you know what I mean? Just put it out there. Because you never know who's going to see it.
No, 100%. You know that, like, some people say, like, you know, post 100 videos or post 100 for 100 days or whatever. That there isn't about cracking the algorithm. It's actually about getting better.
Yourself out,
figuring out what works for you.
That's what I say to people if anyone wants to start creating content.
Yeah.
I'm like, just try things. You're not going to get it right perfectly from the start. So don't. And if you do have this perfect thing in your head, and wow, I've got it, it's so great, and I put it out there, and like, not many people see it, and you're like, oh, bro, that's so disheartening. But like, try shit. Just try things. But also, I see there's so many different like recipes for success for social media. Look, it's not a fucking glove, dude. It's not a fucking glove. You're like, whoever watches this, and if you're wanting to be on social media, start creating, there is not one size fucking fits all. So I might say something, might not work for you. Someone else might say something, might work for some people, but it's not like this is the formula to success. Buy my course, this is how I do it. No, just this thing works for me, that thing works for you. But when it comes to the saturate, like put out as much content as you can, and you're figuring yourself out, and you're trying to build an audience, yeah, for sure. But once you stumble upon your niche, don't like, at least my opinion, don't oversaturate. Don't be like, imagine if I released...
You burn out as well.
You burn out, but imagine if I released a sourdough video every single day. And every time
Yeah,
Harry, you're on your
yeah,
phone,
yeah.
it's just like,
I'm
Herc's
fucking
putting another stupid thing in sourdough. You'd be like, all right, mate, whatever, you know, and things have their
I'm
course.
celiac!
Yeah, you know, like, but if it's something, I look forward to it and I get it once a week or I get it twice a week, there's a bit more like...
Oh,
let's go to it.
100%. No, good point, bro. No, absolutely. I think there's two parts to that. One is allowing, like, getting your audience in timing to expect what's coming. That's a good one. You know, oh, cool, I get ready for this.
Yeah.
And then also, but yeah, not overkilling it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
But, you know, sometimes when I'm a bit confused about the sort of whole complex of it and whatever, I just think back to, like, television, because it is just a new form of that.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, the whole thing that we work on with clients sometimes when we're trying to help them get their head around it is world building, and it's like, okay, who are your characters? What's your environment? What are you talking about? Da da da. Cool. Now we're just going to reinforce this every video.
Yeah.
Just like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
learn more about Bart each time.
Yeah.
And then on that fifth video, there's something that talks to something you picked up in the first one.
Yeah.
And you allow the audience to go ding.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's when they go dopamine. And
Yeah,
like,
big
beautiful.
time, yeah, yeah.
You know?
That's what I tried to do with the two elements of the sourdough. It was like a sneak peek. Guess, I don't tell you what it is, but look at what's going in it.
Yeah.
And the reveal sort of thing, and people are like, oh, it is that, or people are commenting me like, what is it? Is it this one? Is it that one? You know.
Yeah.
So there's a fun like little connection behind it. But that is actually something that outside of this podcast, I would like love to talk to you specifically about, because I've followed you probably like 2 years or something, and I've seen like you obviously have a formula, and we're opposites in that sense. I throw shit at the wall and I don't necessarily plan that well.
Yeah.
You clearly have a bit more of like...
Now I do. Yeah, but I feel like I've been so shit for like a few years,
Yeah.
like just rushing stuff and like ship it, get it done, and now I'm just trying to slow down. I want to get that tattooed on my knuckles, slow down.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I think that's something, a virtue I'm always trying to work on. It's just slow down. And yeah, but now it is... Definitely, we've kind of worked out a schedule.
I like that little reminder. I've been thinking about things like that, but like just having a little line of quotes there that I've like, and whenever I keep them in my mind, I'm like, oh, that helps keep me on my road. You know,
Yeah,
it helps keep me on the straight and narrow sort of thing.
That's right.
But
Sorry,
just
Mum.
like, but I don't necessarily know about fingers, but like there are certain quotes that I'm like, that just keeps, if you're feeling a bit vulnerable or things like that, you know, like there are things that I think about. I'm like, nah, like perspectives and why you do things and things like that.
Bro, just on that, so that your sourdough, like the mystery part and the reveal, there's a really brilliant marketing book called Love Marks. And it's like, when I was at uni, I learned about it and I read the books. And it's this brilliant guy. Damn, his name's escaping me. Robert someone. Oh, that's bad. Anyways, he's like the G.
Yeah.
And one of the core pillars of it, one of them is mystery. Right, don't tell everyone. Don't tell them everything.
Yeah.
So most marketers, there's two types. There's product marketing, which is to fucking just tell them everything, features and all. And then there's brand, and that's don't tell me about any features, but make me fall in love with the product.
Yeah.
That's what I love, because that's hard.
Yeah.
Anyone can rattle off the features.
Yeah.
God, great.
Yeah,
you know? But what he's saying, and I really light bulb moment when I read it, I was like, oh yes. So he's like saying, just remove some parts and allow them to make the connection.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorite instances of this is that Brad Pitt movie by Quentin Tarantino, Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, so good.
So in that movie, Brad Pitt's got scars around his neck.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, then we're going to probably cut to that at some stage and show how he was strangled or whatever. But you never know.
Wow, yeah.
And so I heard Quentin talk about it in a podcast, and he was like, yeah, I just purposely left it out. Now I'll let them make it their own connection. Use your own imagination, bro.
Yeah,
you know?
It's one way to get people to still think about that afterwards.
The beauty in leaving stuff out.
That's actually really interesting to try and apply that to short form, because in a film, I guess maybe it leaves something... It keeps people talking about a film, or it has, it leaves things subliminally in the back of the mind.
No, you can, but
applying that to short form is actually really interesting, hey?
Yeah. Let's talk about that after, because we could brainstorm that. But the art of not divulging everything in front of people, you know. Yeah. Okay, so we've got France, and then let's go to basically. I've been following you before you went full time. I'm trying to remember what you did before. What were you posting about before that?
Can I pop to the toilet?
Yep.
Is that a thing we can do?
Yeah, I'll just pause it. Pause.
Fuck yeah, great.
Recording.
I also love that.
Hold on, let's just...
Nice. I love it when you're like filming something and you have to be like, is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. Is it recording? Oh God, I'm freaking out the whole time. Is the mic plugged in? Is it not? Is the dongle in properly? All that sort of stuff.
Bro, the first 5 minutes of this, I was freaking out. I was like trying to beat the urge to stand up and check.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is that wrestling?
Yeah.
Or is that not wrestling? So we were just saying, what were you doing before you went full time? Because I remember
What do you mean
just
full time?
Well, I remember there was a period where you were like, all right, guys, I'm committing, I'm going. And I just remember being like, hell yeah, bro. Like,
Committing to what though?
full-time content creation.
Well, I'm not full-time content creation. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, true.
Like I'm still working. I'm still cooking as a private chef.
Were you self-employed before that?
Yes, basically I established my business in 2020. Yeah, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you got an agent or something.
I got an agent. Yeah, I got an agent about I think towards early 2023 or end of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, which was great fun because it was like, oh man, this is
Pretty
it's getting
serious.
real now. How
Yeah.
fun! I was like,
Sorry, that's my
2000
agent calling.
Yeah. Send it to my agent.
Yeah. How has that changed it for you? Because those sort of discussions around fucking usage, money, all
Oh my
those things.
goodness, dude.
You're trying to like be like, buddies with the client.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You can't. I struggle with that because I do all the accounts myself, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's hard. I'm trying to like work the relationship and at the same time do that.
There are certain things I'm happy to outsource, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I still, even though there's so much advice out there to be like, get someone else to edit your things, you know, like get someone else to do this. Like there are certain things I can't let go of yet, but I was more than happy to hire an accountant who I pay X amount to make sure that every 2.5 months GST, whatever, all that sort of stuff. On top of that, great.
Cool.
Agent, when that came across, I was pretty pleased just because I was like, oh, all right, new direction. But also, man, like, I don't know how to value myself.
No, but we don't even know how the industry works. Neither do I.
I'm better at it. But yeah, so now when a brand, and I've even handed over my cooking to them as well, which is just such a relief.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked. Just the manager.
Yeah, because they're on top of everything I do now.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
So they take a cut of the private
They take a
cooking.
cut, but also
A slice, sorry.
a slice.
Keep it culinary.
Yeah. Every time every summer for the last 3 years, I've been so incredibly hectically busy because someone emails me and says, "Hey, can you do this?" And I look at my calendar and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I can do that. Great, yeah." And someone says, "Oh, Herc, all right, originally it was 20 people, now it's only 10 people, and can we actually cut it down to 2 courses instead of 3 and all this sort of stuff?" And it has an impact on what money I make. Also, I found myself going job, and just back to back to back, because I'm not someone who looks at. I don't have that level of organization potentially, or also I'm more just like, let me focus on creating the content, let me focus on cooking the food. So having someone else, who is great there to advise and say, Herc, you got offered this, final decision's yours, but I don't think you should do it because you've got these 3 collabs coming up then. Also, it's the summertime now, they're asking for a job in the height of summer on a Saturday. We should keep those open. That's either for your personal life,
right? You need
which
that.
is so nice to have, because otherwise I'm just like, yeah, take it, another few $1,000, whatever. Or it's for a bigger job. Do you know what I mean? And having someone I loved working in kitchens because I had a team, or I was part of a team, which I loved. In this social media and private chefing, not so much of a part of a team. It's kind of just all on you. So it's been nice to have someone or people that are invested in you and also want to look out for you, wanted to help manage you and help bounce ideas off and things like that. They're not involved in everything I do, but I find it very, very handy.
Have you been offered a TV show yet?
No, I've spoken to multiple different people about it, and I don't know, it's one of those, it's all again through the agency anytime someone reaches out. Again, because if someone comes directly to me, great, let's discuss it, but let's go and do it with my agency. Because I'm just like, oh yeah, that sounds great, I love that. Oh, you'll pay me this, cool, sounds good. Whereas they're far more switched on. And it's tough, right? Because you're like, all right, maybe I'm on X amount of a following now, but in a year's time I could be on that much following, or I could have the social media the YouTube up and running. And that might mean more leverage in terms of you know, what money I make, or what businesses or companies approach me to shoot the TV show or to sponsor the TV show, all that sort of stuff, you know. So it's
Yeah, it's funny. We're in a really interesting era because previously it would have been the TV channels, you know, the networks paying your rate, which they get from advertising, right? Now Facebook has destroyed that.
Yeah.
It's purely Facebook. A little bit of Google, but not really. It's Facebook. So now all those, you know, food channels, Dolmio, are only spending X on TV and way more on Facebook now, right?
Yeah.
And so it means that it trickles down into the local economy because, you know, TV shows for cooking and shit, they get made less. But it's still there, and we're not quite there yet. But once these brands start just doing it themselves, Dolmio, sorry, I'm just, that's what came to my head. I don't know, I was thinking ratatouille. When they click on that, actually they can have really strong impact from doing a YouTube show and throwing $1 million at it or $500,000 at it. And that can actually be huge. They don't need the TV network because you got YouTube, right?
That's part of it, right? Like
Huckberry, I don't know if you've watched their stuff, but they're a men's retail store that started in New York, heavy on the content from day one. And they have all these different things, but one of them is a YouTube series where the one that I started watching is they came to New Zealand and their whole sort of looking at that world building is, you know, traveling, meeting people, cooking food, barbecuing, sharing natural wine, you know, all those pieces that they just go around the country. They went around New Zealand and did that. And, you know, that's a clothing label paying, you know, a retail store paying for that. They had some, they must have had some funding from New Zealand tourism and a few other bits and pieces to, you know, make it up. But, you know, there's not many people, not many brands doing it, and I use them as an example to try to push it through with other brands. I haven't had any luck yet. I poured like weeks into developing these TV shows for brands, and then right before we're committing, pull the rug out. Haven't got the money. It's not the most like lucrative era, but once that we're at the start of that. Soon people won't be shooting for Prime or things. They'll be shooting for the brand directly, you know? And it's slowly happening, but it's only the major like innovators, the smartest people are doing it at the moment. But wait until brand, like, man.
Well, brands need personality, don't they?
They
like,
do.
They require it because a lot of brands at the moment are just like, it's luxury. And it's like you need to give some personality. You need to put some character behind it. You know?
Well,
bridge the connection.
For me, when I'm hiring now, I don't just hire a marketing person. You have to be a triple threat. You have to be good talent too. So you have to be really smart and really good talent and good to be around. That's my three things, right? Anyone wanting to know? But I think, you know, some people have been like, well, like, look at Harry's team. They're all great on camera. It's like, because I hired them because they're also that, you know? But that's what brands need to look for now. It's like when you're hiring that role, you actually need to go, okay, is this person also ticking the talent box? I think with corporates, it's really interesting. They've always known that CEOs have a public-facing role, right? Like that's the person who has to show up if shit hits the fan. Now, I think if they can get their head around that, their marketing team actually is a representation of the rest of the company as well. And they're actually kind of a troupe of actors, but talent. That's
big time.
Okay, can you get your head around that? You know?
That's sort of what I'm trying to do actually and with social media as well, and why I'm excited about the long form content, because it's trying to share more of that character, you know, and also share with the content that I'm doing with collaboration posts with brands, like take direction and take lead and sort of position myself so that brands look at me and go, all right, Herc doesn't only just create good content, but oh shit, he's actually writing all these scripts for us. We used to have to pay tens of thousands of dollars.
And you're not really getting paid for I don't know, maybe you've worked it in, but when people give it to a content creator and like, cool, so how long is it going to take to film? And, you know, people are like, oh yeah, this long, so they charge for that. It's like, nah, but you come up with the whole concept. But I mean, you just up your hourly rate to buy 50% to make up for that off, you know, that prep time that we were talking about. But you get character, and I loved it when you came in the other day, straight out of the sauna, and you're like, so what Herc do you want, you know? And I thought that was
it's different Hercs,
that was such brilliant awareness. And I said, well, this Herc and this is your Herc. But, you realize you have to pour energy into the lens, right? Otherwise it's boring. And I've really had to work on it myself. Like the first time we were doing piece to camera or things like that, I was like, oh, this is boring. Look at this monotonous Kiwi.
Yeah. I
right.
love that. It's so true.
It's Korg, you know?
Yeah.
And now I don't so much put on the character, but I feel my silly self. So like when I'm with my daughter, you put on your silly.
Yeah.
And that's what I just try to do.
That's what connects a bit more, right?
Yeah, silly. Like, this is awesome. Especially, but what you do is you put things in front of you that are fun.
Yeah.
And then, so it's not making anything up. It's actually just situational. You're like, no, this is mean, And so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, how do you have sort of like hats that you have to put on? Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, for sure. And you try not to get those hats mixed up. Do you know what I mean? Like, you try not to let them overlap. Like, they have their roles. Yeah, man. I mean, like, there's professional Herc, because if you think about, if you apply this to the cooking, it's, I am under stress and pressure to get all of this prep done the day before, the morning of, but then once I get to your house, I switch, and I'm like, all right, I'm calm. Everything's under control, don't worry, leave it with me. Is there anything you want to tell me about your house? How does the kitchen work?
They're vegan? Okay, cool.
Great. Just like make sure that if I'm coming into your house, Harry, to cook for you, you feel relaxed. You don't have to do anything else. No, we're looking after it all. And they just feel like a sense of, isn't this like a nice experience? So that's me having to switch on and put that hat on. Even though half an hour ago, I was like, or 2 hours ago, I was like, get to the fucking ferry, I've got to get on the
I love that. I love being, I can do that too. I'm like, cool, calm. I just go, like Brad Pitt or George Clooney. That's like the epitome, like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
That's like that coolness.
Exactly.
Were you in Wellington when Duke Carvel's was there?
No.
Or Scopa?
No.
Scorpa?
No.
Pizza place on the corner with the glass on Cuba Street?
No, I haven't been down to Wellington in 10 years.
Well, that's an institution, but that's where I used to work, and then Duke Carvel's as well, which was like sharing plates when that wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
And I used to love going up to the table of 20 and being like, all right, who's the head honcho?
Yeah.
And then that's probably, I wonder if that's an even okay word to say. Anyway, and then going, cool, I go up and I say, all right, so how much do you want to pay per head? And they're like, about $30. Awesome. There's 2 ways we can do this. One, you'll kind of order and run it by me and da-da-da. Or I can go and put it all, I can make you guys an amazing
You go and do it for me, man.
Experience.
Yeah, you know the best.
Yeah, I'm like, ouzo cheese, 2 of those, some of those chips,
yeah.
and then we're going lamb shoulder here,
That's the
and we got
difference
this
between
here,
someone's
bang,
like,
bang, bang.
this is quite good, and you're like, I want confidence from you. You know, like, don't worry, you eat everything? Great, cool, I got this.
Bro, it's a show,
Yeah.
and the way I'd be thinking about how to pick up the plates. And how I always wanted to just blow through the place.
Yeah.
Breeze through. I wanted my movement. I remember my boss was like, I need to see you running, because they opened this new restaurant and it was too big, the square footage, they weren't used to it. He's like, I want to see you running. I was like, nah, bro, you taught me everything not to run. Don't undo all of that, bro. You know?
I hear you.
And
then, hats with like, there's the social media hat, but there's also, because the amount of times I've been behind camera and I'm like, welcome back to Will It Sound episode this, or this is how I make a stracciatella with chair sitting, or blah, 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 anything like this, or welcome back to another day in the life. You know, like, you have to put this switch on, and you look behind the camera a couple times, and you're like, fuck, you look so disinterested. Or smile, dude.
Takes
smile.
4, eh? Takes 4 to warm up.
Yeah. So there's you have to sort of get yourself into that mood, which is good. It's the same with this. You know, like I walk in and relax. I'm not like walking. I'm like, I don't walk in and talk this loud into a room. I'm generally quite reserved as a person.
Yeah,
but
you were the other day.
Yeah. I'd also just come from an ice bath, so and got off a flight that morning, so I was like a bit like, where am I?
You know, that whole like looking back at the takes, I used to get a little bit frustrated. Like I said, I'm always trying to slow down because I'm impatient. And then what I realized, it was fairly consistent, like Zoe and I would be filming something. It's fairly consistent that by the 4th, you're starting to get good.
Yeah.
And maybe experts can like get it quicker, but if you're coming from like, working on an Excel spreadsheet into like filming, it's quite a hard transition. So then I was like, okay, let's just, the next time the process is, you just got to get 4 out the way.
Yeah.
And then I stopped getting sort of frustrated with the process. I was like, just get 4 done.
Yeah.
When we shot Barker's clothing stuff though. Like, I was writing that stuff in between takes.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how they wanted it. They wanted it off the cuff, which is like so hard to do. But that pressure helped, I suppose.
Yes.
But so much pressure.
Yeah.
That was most of those like pretty much first or second take, unless I got something wrong with the garment, which was like it's slightly a different. Got something wrong with the garment materials.
But like you say, there's pressure involved in that sort of thing. But when you come into it and you're like, oh, I've got pressure, I have to deliver this line correctly. Oh, I have to have some sort of energy about me.
Yeah.
That's when that comes across on camera and you're like, your rigidness, or there's a bit of a like there's nerves in your voice and things like that.
Oh yeah, totally. And your face is all flat.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one more question.
Hit me.
Who are your 3 favourite Kiwi chefs? And tell me why you love them so much.
Okay, yeah, they come straight to mind. Yeah, 3 got them right away. I love Tom Hisham, from Orphans originally, obviously, Daily Bread. He was someone I looked up to a lot once I started getting more into this scene, in New Zealand scene, in this world. He is just like, first and foremost, makes great looking food, presents himself so nicely. And that is such a big part of it, you know? And I just think he comes across as the loveliest bloke. All of these 3 do. And I think that's so important, because I was like, oh, that makes a chef approachable instead of this like hard ass, you know? I always connected with the senior chefs in restaurants or kitchens I worked in that were accessible, not like you have to work for my respect, but I'm not a dick to you. Once you get in, once you
they're the best. The ones that have no ego.
Yeah, no ego, exactly.
Yeah.
That takes me on, no ego, takes me on to the next one, Kia Kanuta, who I've just only met inside the last few months. The dude who made Ada what it is. Just the most like harrowing Māori cuisine, amazing. But again, just the loveliest dude. The loveliest dude. Food, great, I love it. Most important thing, yeah? But he is just, he's got this other side to him which is so beautiful. And we've come together because we're collaborating together with Cloudy Bay, and those little pieces of content are coming out now, which is really exciting. But he's new in this. He's been in the cooking game for almost 20 years as a chef and done the most amazing things, but still, and like gets awards and shit, still is a lovely dude, you know, like first and foremost. And doesn't have this ego. And as we've been working together, he's sort of come across and was like, without even me having to ask in a sense, he sort of said like, look, I'm coming into this content game. You've been in it for a couple of years. I love what you do. Like, I want to learn from and with you. And that's not me being like, great, I'm the dude. Like, I know everything. It was someone who didn't bring an ego into a new space. He gets voted like the best chef in the country or Auckland, whatever. And you'd think that would do something to your ego, you know? So there's a beautiful lesson there to be learned from someone like that.
No, that's beautiful. I mean, describing him there is that he knows that the smartest person is in the room isn't the one that's talking, it's the one that's quiet asking questions.
Yeah.
I think if you want to be sage, just ask questions, you know, and not the sage you're thinking. You know, no, I love that. Like, one of our like principles we got up on the wall was always keep a book on the go, and like, but what that means is just like constantly learn. Yeah. And like, yeah, that's beautiful, and he'll always be like that. If that's, you know, and yeah, that's a beautiful way to go. All right, cool. Number 3.
And of course, outside of these 3, there are others that I've looked up to and adored. But yeah, the 3rd that comes to mind is Josh Emmett. From like our age, he sort of comes across as like, not the Godfather, he's not an old motherfucker, but he's like, he's been there for a long time, you know? He has worked in London with Gordon Ramsay and things like that, been on TV shows, has a huge following on social media, has incredible establishments in Auckland, potentially around the rest of the country, I don't know, but you know.
Queenstown, I think there's one or something.
Yeah. Waiheke, you know, like, but he is just fantastic food, but just comes across as such a welcoming guy, and I think that's clearly something that I connect with when it comes to a chef, you know, so many different elements of it, but those 3, love those guys.
I think that Josh Emmett, there's a cool area, like thing with him is like he shows that you can actually do this for the rest of your life. You know, which is nice. Like agency people burn out.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, he's these guys are all showing platforms, and him more than the others even showing a platform of like, you know, it's not just grinding in kitchens, and he's adapting to what is relative now, you know? It's not like, I feel like so many chefs are like, nah, I don't want to get into the content stuff, I don't want to, that's not me, I just want to make really good food every single time, and I'm above that. None of those guys do that, you know? They're up to date, they're aware of what's going on in the world, and they're aware of how to sell and all that sort of stuff. And if they, like in Kier's example, he's new to it, but he's got a show, he's got such great character, like, but he's willing to learn. They're all willing to learn. That's why I love those three.
They're 3-course men.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think how we could reframe the triple threat. Be like, yeah, man, he's like a 3-course person. Anyway, I reckon that's us, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thanks so much, man.
Such a pleasure,
That was
man.
fucking awesome.
Nice.
That was very bouncy.
Yeah.
And I had a list of questions here, but I was like, actually, we don't need those.
Yeah.
I kind of worked a few.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's the way to do things, isn't it, man?